So, Tosin, did you grow up in a musical family?
No. My parents don't play any instruments.
Okay.
But I guess I had a friend when I was around, 11 or 12 who had a guitar. Before that, I played clarinet in the school orchestra, like in the 4th grade. But the guitar seemed a lot cooler, so it was my decision. It wasn't really a family influence thing. But my dad was very supportive. He bought me the first guitar. So.
Cool. So, do you have something like a special song or that made you really think, I want to be a musician, maybe a band, a moment, something in your life that where you were like, oh man, I gotta do this. I want to play too.
I guess when I first started playing guitar is when I started to choose choose my own music as opposed to whatever was on the radio or MTV. And so it was bands like Nirvana and Soundgarden and like... So that's the first music that started to give me feelings that I didn't completely get from pop music.
Okay.
More complex. There wasn't a particular song, but I remember learning all the songs on Nevermind, the Nirvana album, because you could play it all with bar chords, and that's all I knew how to do. So it worked out.
So that was your first record that you bought?
The first record I ever bought was Green Day, Dookie.
Cool.
Very prog. Yeah.
Great. So was there like a special, when you were playing guitar and stuff, was there like a moment where you somehow realized, or you maybe even decided, that you want to make music for a living, that you want to tour, that you just want to take it to the next level?
It was, probably 5 or 6 years into playing.
Okay.
Because when you begin, you're progressing and you don't really know how far you'll progress. And you're young, so there might be other interests that might enter your life, but a few years into it, I realized that I liked it a lot more than a lot of things and that I was doing pretty good at it. So probably when I was around 17 or so, I joined like my first serious band or something. I decided that this would be cool to do like all the time.
Cool. So what was the first metal record you bought? Can you remember?
Like straight up metal? I don't know. I feel like it was like Slipknot or something. I remember hearing the Deftones and it was like some of the...
White Pony?
No, like Around the Fur.
Okay.
And that was definitely like, I hadn't heard anything like it. It was more emotional than, I don't want to say more emotional than metal, but Chino, the singer, his style of vocals covers a range of sounds that seems a bit more expressive than just screaming or just singing. So I hadn't heard music like that before, and it was groovy but still very heavy. There's like down-tuned guitars and stuff, so that's kind of like one of the first heavy like albums I ever got. But then like I heard Sepultura, and that was a bit more straight ahead metal. I thought that was very cool. So
what made metal interesting for you in the first place? Was it the aggressiveness?
yeah. I like musical aggression. There's some people you might know, and if you see their faces, you want to smash their faces. And if you put on the right metal album, you can really picture. As I look at these two right now, I feel that same anger, that I felt as a kid. cut. No,
oh my God.
This is not going very well.
It's going really good.
No, there's like a whole...
Forget them.
The door's open, you say just come in, doors are open.
I think they're here because of me, so it's no big deal, right?
Yeah. This sucks. Alright, man, I got you. Got you later.
Okay, so before Animals as Leaders, you played in Reflux. It was like a technical but more metalcore band.
Yeah.
So did you outgrow metal, or did you just want to try something else, or why did you go away from it?
Well, I started to focus on guitar playing.
Okay.
So like bands like Dream Theater entered the picture. Yngwie Malmsteen was like the first shredder that I ever heard. And so like he motivated me to like completely rethink the guitar. And then that started to expand into like Paul Gilbert and Frank Mbali and John Petrucci. And then as a band, Dream Theater was like a pretty heavy band that was doing, complex musical ideas. So Reflux was basically like heavy music with some progressive leanings and some shred guitar. So that's basically everything that I was into at that time. So yeah.
So do you remember your first show?
First what?
Yeah, your first show that you went to as a visitor, I mean.
Oh. The very first? I don't know. I went to a Deftones concert very early on, but I was already in high school at that point, maybe in the 9th grade. I remember going to see Rage Against the Machine in the Wu-Tang Clan.
Great.
That was
cool.
Like,
so do you remember how you felt when you saw
Yeah, dude. I mean, it was like it was really just so loud and like larger than life, and they were simply amazing, and it was very heavy, a lot of energy, and it was like it was a feeling that I had never really had before, that you can't really get unless you're at a concert with thousands of other people like captivated. And that was another like landmark that made me want to like be the person creating that music on stage, performing it.